Hi, I'm Brittany, and welcome to Lobster Claws Recovery. In today's episode, if you want to call it that, we are doing a video on the XP Deus 2, specific to the Gen Max, and specific to after the firmware got updated to 1.0. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to make the changes, and then I'm going to give you an up close on the camera, to the camera. So we're turning it on, and the version reads 1.00. So headphones don't work right now because I can't get them to pair with, I can't get them to update to the new firmware. I'm probably going to end up having to call the company unless I can figure it out. I'm going to try a third device and see if I can get that to do. All right, so let's go to under general. Okay, so I'm going to disappear and you're going to see the display. Bumped it. All right, discrimination's at 10. Let's try again. Discrimination's at 10. Sensitivity 95. Frequency they have at 40. That's the max frequency in kilohertz. Iron volume at 7. Reactivity at 2. Audio response 4. Okay, under expert, 2 tones. 0 in the bottle caps, no notch. 2 on the silencer. All right, something like that. So, let's talk about the settings. All right, hopefully you can see me. In my version of general, this may be a better way to do it. So you have a clue about what's under the general program. You can look for yourself. If you own the detector, you can look. If you don't, and you're interested in buying the detector, you can look in the manual, which is available on XP Metal Detectors website. It's just xpmetaldetectors.com. Under the firmware 1.00, the modifications that I made to the program, which I just called Gen Max, as in General Max, like max output sort of thing. I'm dialing back, because it's available, I'm dialing back the frequencies that it uses, that it caps out at 24 kilohertz. I don't notch anything out. I'm leaving discrimination at 10 at the moment. We'll see. Previous experience with this detector was helped along by Calabash Digger, who had recommended using discrimination values around 6.5 to 6.8. Does that still work now with 1.00? I don't know. We're going to find that out. We're going to see. I don't really recommend using this silencer because it can screw with your ability to see targets. I would suggest you leave it at 0 and learn what iron sounds like and learn what aluminum sounds like. Iron, aluminum, and learn what a good target sounds like. And last, but hopefully least, because nobody wants them, bottle caps and what they sound like. Bottle caps, aluminum, and iron on a beach are typically not desired. You're looking for good targets. Bottle caps can play games with your mind because the target ID value is going to dance around, and you have to be prepared for that. And when the machine cannot settle on a target ID, it's suspect. It's a suspect target, as in a bad target. Aluminum usually rings in the 20s, 30s. It depends on how substantial the aluminum is in terms of its thickness and its mass. The higher mass and higher thickness pieces of aluminum are going to have higher target ID values. So let's extrapolate that to a soda can. A soda can has a lot of volume, and it has a lot of mass relative to a tiny aluminum foil backed chewing gum wrapper. And therefore, you can see target ID values into the 90s. What's going to be interesting is whether setting the frequency cutoff to 24 is going to eliminate that as a problem child, the time waster that I deal with on the beach. Digging up aluminum cans thinking that they are silver, gold, or whatever. It's just so annoying. The day we can see in the ground before we do dig is really the day we've gotten somewhere. So if AI is going to accomplish anything, it's got to accomplish that. Everything else I don't have that much use for in AI. AI is dangerous. The best metal detector is the one between your ears. So if you haven't heard that from me before, I'll tell you again. I like to adjust the tone breaks. Iron is going to hit around 10, at or below 10, but I'll forewarn you that large iron, maybe a piece of rebar, a piece of plate steel, something like this, it's going to also screw with your mind like the soda can, and you're going to think you have a good target, and the next thing you know, when you look at the display, it's going to be not at 97, it's going to be at 0.3, right? What is that? Well, whites used to call that iron wraparound. And so if your target ID values were written on a water glass, you would write them around the glass, and when you got to the back side of the glass, you would have 0 and 99 sitting right next to each other. Now you think about that for a minute. So if you're going from 97 to 98 to 99, what's the next number? 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. So large iron is going to do that. And if you ever see that, you can pretty much count on it being large iron. And you're welcome to dig it up and find out for yourself, because if you haven't done it at least once, you should. So you can learn on that. Be careful what you don't dig. That's what I'll warn you about. Be careful what you don't dig. This metal detector with the new features can make smart people stupid and stupid people smart. It can benefit you and it can hurt you. So you have to use your common sense right alongside what the new features are. And I think that's it. So we're gonna leave it. I use the large display. I like the large display. And just a couple of side notes if you don't see the other video. This I bought and this I love because this has fallen off many a time. This stuff is silicone tape, and if you've ever lost one of the clips that hold on the antenna, you will understand why I was looking for extreme solutions to avoiding that again. Now I know it's going to be a sand trap. It's going to capture sand. I realize that. That's what the garden hose is for. I don't care. What I do care about is spending $11 plus my time and my money to go to the store, in my case Riley's Treasure Gold, and there's their plug, here in Pompano Beach, Florida, to buy another one of the clips, because they just pop off. You're going to be detecting and the thing's just going to disappear into the sand, and you're not going to know it because you're looking at 15 things at once, and that's the end of that, right? You just lost the clip. So somebody lost the ring in the sand, you just lost the clip off your metal detector in the sand. And you're not going to know. You're going to leave the beach. You're not going to know. Even if you do know, good luck trying to find it, because only one person has to step on that area and bury that item, and poof, it's gone under the sand. And it's not metallic. You couldn't use the metal detector to find it. Haha, isn't that hilarious? Now, if you didn't want to use that, I would use an ultra thin stainless steel wire, and I would put it through it, and I would wrap it around the shaft in the same way that they use a safety wire on cotter pins to prevent them from like coming loose in a critical connection item. Maybe it's like for racing or whatever, they tend to use safety wire. So you can learn about safety wire, and you can always use the safety wire. If I ever have to cut this off, I might try safety wire instead. But this was quick and dirty, and that's it. To the version 1.00, I hope it's all they say it is. There's a lot to know. I don't use every program on this device. I tend to use GenMax. I might try to use Park, but we'll see. I am going to use Beach Sensitive. I'm fiddling with that, and we can get into that in another video. I will show you that maybe on the beach. All right, with the adjusted settings. I typically run them pretty wide open. And don't forget, your brain is the best metal detector you're going to find. Thank you for visiting Lost Circle Recovery. I'm Brittany. Have a wonderful day.